Hey all, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at this. This is the 8BitDo retro receiver for the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. If you don't know, recently I found a PlayStation 2 in the trash, and I didn't have any PlayStation controllers. So I picked this up, which allows me to use modern controllers, such as my Nintendo Switch Pro controller and my Xbox One controller. So let's take a look at the adapter itself. Now I've already unboxed it and been using it for a while. So this is what you get. You get the dongle and you get a USB-C cable. Now the USB-C port is simply used for updating the firmware. You won't be doing that very often. I checked mine's already on the latest firmware right from the factory. And you have a little button for pairing it. And of course, it's a standard PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 adapter, and it comes in PlayStation 1 Gray. Now, before we get into it, I'm going to just thank our sponsor and the place I got this from right now. This video is brought to you by AliExpress. Everything you see here has something to do with AliExpress. Whether it's this replacement shell for my DSi, this light-up screen on my Game Boy Color, and these smart home gadgets, this PlayStation 1 memory card, and of course the 8BitDo wireless adapter for PlayStation 1 and 2. You can find a link to that in the description below, as well as a code to save up to $20 on your next order. So why don't you give AliExpress a try? And now that we're done with this, let's get in with the video. Okay, now we're ready to pair it, so let's plug it into my PlayStation 2. Okay, we're at my PlayStation 2, and we have my dongle, and we'll plug it into controller port 1, just like that. And now we just push the red button to pair. And then we go over to our controller, and we do the same. We hold down the pairing button on the Switch controller, just like that, and it will flash back and forth. It buzzes, and we're paired. And now we can play PlayStation 1 and 2 games with a Nintendo Switch controller. That's a little bit sacrilegious, ain't it? Okay, so here we are in Spyro the Dragon for the PlayStation 1. As you can see here, if we walk slowly with the analog controller, we move slowly in the game, and we move fast, so everything's working as intended. Everything is mapped exactly how you'd expect it to be. This is the triangle, this is the X, this is the O, and this is the square. If we ram into things, it does exactly what we expect. We can feel a little vibration in our controller, and overall, it's a great experience. And of course, it's not limited to this controller. We can also use it with, say, an Xbox One controller, just like that. And again, same thing. You can just play PlayStation 1 and 2 games with your favorite controller. Doesn't matter which one. You can also use DualShock 4, as I said, or other 8BitDo controllers of your liking. And that about wraps it up for this review of the 8BitDo retro receiver for PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. If you're interested in this, you can find a link to it in the description below, along with a code to save up to $20 on your next AliExpress order. And don't forget to check out some of my other videos and like and subscribe. So I'll see you next time. Thanks and bye-bye.